What if I told you, the moment you stop caring is the moment you gain control? Not caring sounds weak. It sounds irresponsible. It sounds cold. But psychologically, detachment is power. Look carefully at every powerful person in the room. The one who speaks the least. The one who reacts the slowest. The one who seems unaffected. That person controls the emotional temperature. And whoever controls emotion controls the room. This isn't about becoming heartless. This isn't about losing empathy. This is about understanding a psychological law most people never learn. The one who needs less wins. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of detachment and why emotional withdrawal increases perceived value, shifts power dynamics, and gives you control without force. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never chase, never beg, and never emotionally overinvest again.
Let's start with a simple question. Why do we value what ignores us? Why does the person who replies late seem more attractive? Why does the company that rejects us seem more desirable? Why does the emotionally unavailable partner feel magnetic? It's not coincidence. It's psychology. Human beings are wired to pursue what feels scarce, and attention is the most powerful currency in modern society. When someone gives you constant attention, you relax. When someone withdraws attention, your brain goes into alert mode. Your mind starts asking, what did I do? Why are they pulling away? Did I lose them? That uncertainty creates emotional tension, and emotional tension creates attraction. This is called intermittent reinforcement, the same psychological principle that makes gambling addictive. When rewards are unpredictable, we become obsessed. Detachment creates unpredictability. Unpredictability increases perceived value, and perceived value creates power. Let's talk about the silent killer of attraction and authority. Neediness. Neediness is invisible, but everyone feels it. It shows in over-explaining, over-texting, seeking constant validation, reacting emotionally to small changes, trying too hard to impress. When you need approval, you unconsciously give power away. Why? Because power always flows to the person who can walk away. In psychology, this is called outcome independence. If you need a specific outcome, you are controlled by it. If you don't need it, you control it. Think about negotiations. The person desperate to close the deal loses leverage. The person willing to walk away controls the price. Same in relationships. Same in business. Same in social dynamics. The one who can emotionally detach has leverage, and leverage is power.
Here's a brutal truth. People do not value what is easily available. Scarcity creates perceived importance. If your time is always available, your presence becomes normal. If your emotional energy is always accessible, your absence has no weight. But when you detach, when you become less reactive, less available, less emotionally dependent, your presence becomes rare, and rare things feel valuable. This is the psychological principle of scarcity bias. We assign higher worth to limited access. That's why luxury brands limit supply. That's why high-status individuals limit availability. That's why emotionally secure people don't chase. When you detach, you create psychological space. And space increases desire. Power dynamics are simple. The one who reacts first loses. The one who stays calm wins. When someone insults you and you explode, they control your emotions. When someone ignores you and you panic, they control your emotional state. When someone criticizes you and you overdefend, they control the narrative. Detachment is emotional regulation, and emotional regulation signals high status. Why? Because stability equals strength. Look at leaders. Look at CEOs. Look at elite performers. They don't react instantly. They pause. Silence creates dominance. When you don't react, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability creates psychological tension. And tension creates respect. Neuroscience explains this clearly. When we feel rejected or ignored, the brain activates the same region as physical pain, the anterior cingulate cortex. Your brain interprets emotional rejection as threat. That's why people panic when detached from. But when you train yourself not to react, you override primitive survival triggers. And this is rare. Most people are emotionally impulsive. The rare person who remains composed appears powerful because they are not controlled by primitive emotion. They operate from cognition, not reaction. And in power dynamics, the calm mind dom. Important distinction. Detachment is not avoidance. Avoidance is fear-based. Detachment is confidence-based. Avoidance says, I'm scared of losing. Detachment says, I'm okay either way. Avoidance runs. Detachment stands still. True detachment is emotional self-sufficiency. It means you enjoy connection, but you don't depend on it. You appreciate validation, but you don't require it. You desire outcomes, but you don't collapse without them. This energy is magnetic because humans subconsciously seek stability. When you don't cling, people lean in. In relationships, whoever fears loss more has less power. That doesn't mean love is about power, but attraction has psychological components. If you constantly show fear of losing someone, you signal lower mate value. But when you communicate, I want you, but I don't need you, you create balance. This balance increases respect. Respect increases attraction. And attraction strengthens connection. Ironically, the more you try to hold someone tightly, the more they pull away. The more relaxed you are, the safer they feel. Detachment creates emotional safety because it removes pressure. Humans mirror behavior. If you chase, they retreat. If you retreat, they lean in. If you overinvest, they underinvest. But when you match energy calmly, you stabilize the dynamic. Detachment interrupts unhealthy cycles. It forces the other person to confront imbalance. And often, they step forward. Not because you manipulated them, but because you removed emotional excess. And balance is attractive. In business, the client who needs you less commands higher rates. In social circles, the person who speaks selectively is listened to carefully. In negotiations, silence increases pressure. Why? Because uncertainty creates mental discomfort. When you detach, you create controlled uncertainty. And people subconsciously try to regain equilibrium, often by investing more. This is power without aggression, influence without force, authority without shouting. Because detachment requires internal security, and most people lack it. We are raised on validation, likes, replies, approval, attention. We fear being irrelevant, so we overgive, overtext, overexplain, overchase. Detachment feels unnatural at first because it challenges ego, but growth always feels uncomfortable. The question is, do you want comfort or control? Step 1. Delay reaction. Never respond immediately when emotional. Pause. Breathe. Wait. Power grows in silence. Step 2. Reduce overavailability. Don't always be instantly accessible. Make your time intentional. Step 3. Focus on internal validation. Build self-worth independent of others. Fitness, skills, discipline, purpose. The more fulfilled you are, the less you cling. Step 4. Accept loss as possible. Detachment begins when you accept, yes, this could leave, and you remain grounded anyway. That mindset shifts everything. Emotional coldness. Withholding affection intentionally. Playing games. That is insecurity disguised as power. True detachment is quiet strength. It does not punish. It does not threaten. It simply stands independent. And independence creates respect. You gain control by controlling yourself. When you no longer fear loss, you stop negotiating from weakness. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. When you stop reacting, you start leading. Detachment is not about not caring. It's about caring without losing yourself. It's about loving without dependency, working without desperation, speaking without seeking approval. That energy is rare, and rare energy is powerful. Imagine walking into every room unbothered. Imagine relationships without anxiety. Imagine negotiations without desperation. Imagine silence becoming your weapon. That is the psychology of detachment. Not coldness, not cruelty, control. And remember, the one who needs less leads more. If this shifted your perspective, watch this again. Because power isn't loud, it's calm, and calm wins.